show's only just begun.
Hey, what's up YouTube Metaverse? This is your boy Meta Bro Jake, representing the Super Meta Bros. And today I'm back, baby, with another epic Toon deck profile just for you guys out there. Now, before we get into the Toon deck, same thing as always, you guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, get your boy on your screen, help us with the algorithm. Also, be sure to subscribe to the Super Meta Bros if you guys haven't already, and be sure to beat down that notification bell to stay up to date with everything Super Meta. Now here we go, you guys. This Toon deck profile is for the February/March 2021 format, and this deck right here just goes up against the whole meta. This is different from my last profile, you guys. We're always going to be upgrading this Toon deck profile, but this is the one. This is the one that's going to take it to the next level, baby. I'm telling you guys right now. Stay tuned for this insane deck profile, baby. Woo! Before we get into the deck profile, check out this beautiful playmat by my main dudes over at Pal Manga Mats. You guys check out these pics of these beautiful mats. I have this one just for this deck profile. Amazing. I love it. It's one of my personal favorites. If you guys enjoy this style of playmat and you guys want to get your hands on one of your own, be sure to check out Pal Manga Mats. His links down in the description below. Super fire. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so without further ado, this is your boy Meta Bro Jake's 54 card Toon deck profile for the February/March 2021 format. Now let's enter Toon World, and we're gonna start off with the monsters. Here we go. We're gonna start with 3 Toon Blackluster Soldier, aka Toon BLS. This card is definitely needed at 3. He is the boss monster of the deck. His special summoning condition's actually easy. 8 or more stars for Toon monsters, send him to the grave, special summon him. If Toon Kingdom or Toon World is on the field, he can target one card on the field and banish it. And not only that, he can attack on the first turn. So this card is definitely at 3. Toon BLS, baby. And then we're going to go off to the next Toon monsters. We're going to go with the Toon Dark Magician. This card's very good, has a very good effect that lets you pitch a Toon card to either special summon a Toon monster directly from the deck to the field, or you could add a Toon spell or trap directly from the deck to the hand. So this card's very good. The reason I run him at 2 is because to me he's kind of cloggy at 3. I do not want to see multiple copies of this in my opening hand, and when I run him at 3, that's what I see. So I cut him down to 1, and 2 Toon Dark Magicians works out absolutely perfectly. So there you go. Then I'm going to go into the 2 Red Eyes Toon Dragon. This is actually one of my favorite Toons, personally. Super good effect. He lets you special summon another Toon monster directly from the hand to the field, ignoring its summoning conditions. Red Eyes Toon Dragon, he's pretty much the benchmark of this deck now. 3's a little bit too cloggy as well, but you also have a card in here that can recycle this card from the graveyard back into the deck, so your Toon page flips are always live. Red Eyes Toon Dragon at 2 is definitely the perfect number. Alright, now we're going to go into the last Toon monster, believe it or not. We're going into the 1 copy of Toon Harpyie Lady. This card is a very good search card when you have an extra Toon table of contents or an extra Toon bookmark. You search this, you activate her effect if you control another Toon, a special summon herself, and then she can pop your opponent's back row. So Toon Harpyie Lady, I run her at 1 just because she can be searched. Now we're going on to the support cards. We're going into the 3, the Black Stone of Legend. This card should definitely just be an honorary Toon card because it just lets you special summon Red Eyes Toon Dragon directly from the deck by tributing itself. You have to normal summon this card, so this is your normal summon of the deck. It lets you tribute itself to special summon Red Eyes Toon Dragon directly from the deck to the field. So boom, it's very nice. If your opponent happens to hit it with like an Effect Veiler or an Infinite Imperm, you could always link it off. The Black Stone of Legend also has the second effect to where if this card is in the graveyard, you could shuffle in 1 Red Eyes monster back into the deck and you add this card back to the hand from the graveyard. Amazing, amazing effect. The Black Stone of Legends definitely needed at 3. Okay, now we're going into our hand trap, our number 1 hand trap. You gotta run 3 Ash Blossom, Joyous Spring. just because it's the universal hand trap. This is the 5-head edition, you guys, with the secret rare. They're not first editions, my bad, but they are the secret rares, so you gotta run them. Ash Blossom, Joyous Spring, just hits pretty much almost every deck in the meta. You gotta keep it. And then we're going into our Dragoon package. We're running the 1-in-1 of the vanillas, the Dark Magician Arcana version, and the Red Eyes Bee Dragon from Joey's World. So you guys already know, this is your Dragoons package. You need Dragoons to go off twice. You need his effect to go off twice. You gotta run the 1-in-1 of the vanillas. It sucks hard drawing them, but at least if you could hard draw Red Eyes Fusion, or you could get Red Eyes Fusion, you could just pitch this card from your hand, one of these cards from your hand, or Bolt if you happen to draw Bolt. That sucks, but it is what it is. Dragoon is needed in this deck. All right, and now we're going on to the spells. I'm gonna activate three Toon Kingdoms. This card right here is just the best spell card in all the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It protects the Toons. You banish 3 cards from the top to activate this card, but it's on resolution. You know, just in some situations, you drop Toon Kingdom. If your opponent chains it with a Cosmic Cyclone and banishes it, you do not have to banish the 3 cards, because that banish is only on resolution of the effect of Toon Kingdom when you activate it originally. So very good to know. Toon Kingdom though protects the Toons. It's pretty much the win condition of the deck. If you have this card and you have a Toon monster like Toon BLS on the field and your opponent cannot pop this Toon Kingdom, they're not gonna definitely get over the BLS. So pretty much GG. 3 Toon Kingdom, definitely needed. I wish we could run it at 10 copies in this deck if we could. All right, now I'm gonna run the 1 Terraforming, because you definitely gotta search out your Toon Kingdom as soon as you can. That's pretty self-explanatory. Going into more Toon support, you got the 3 Toon Bookmarks, my second favorite card of all time. This card's just another searcher. Lets you search out any card that has Toon World in its text. It's not every Toon card, but it's most of them. And also, this card lets you search Comic Hand. That's what makes this broken. And then its second effect is if it's in the graveyard and your Toon Kingdom happens to get hit on the field by a Twin Twister or an MST, you can banish this card from the graveyard to protect it. So Toon Bookmark, very nice. Very, very nice, and definitely staple at 3. Then we're going into the next beautiful search card, the 3 Toon Table of Contents. I run 1 of every color, that's just my style. But Toon Table of Contents, it's very simple. It's not once per turn. Add 1 Toon card from your deck to your hand. You could actually search this card off of its own search. Toon Table of Contents, needed at 3. You need to get to your Toon cards as quick as you guys can. You gotta run the 3 Toon Page Flips. You definitely want to special summon a Toon monster as soon as you absolutely can. And this card just lets you pick 3, your opponent chooses 1, special summon it directly to the field, and the other 2 get shuffled right back into the deck. And also, it's a quick play spell card, so you can activate this on your opponent's turn. Beautiful. Toon Page Flip is definitely at 3. Alright, and then I opted to go with the 2 Comic Hand. I was running into this at 1 in my previous build, because you can search it with Toon Bookmark, but it does hurt when you banish it, and it seems like you always need it at more than 1 in this new meta. So Comic Hand, I bumped it up to 2. Definitely a very great card. Just let you steal an opponent's monster, make it a Toon, you can attack directly. Alright, and this is for the brand new Blazing Vortex support. I'm running the 3 Pot of Prosperity. Now this card, for me, it replaced the Pot of Extravagance that was once in this deck. This card, to me, is 5 times better than Pot of Extravagance. And your boy MetaBro J said it. This card just makes your deck so consistent. And even though it has the attack of, you know, your monsters this turn, the Toons most of the times, they don't even attack on the first turn anyway. And if you have BLS, he can definitely attack on the first turn. But if you activate this, you could either get the 1500 damage off if you want, or you could just target something on the field and banish it and just wait till your other Toons are live and then beat them next turn if they can't get over them. So Pot of Prosperity, any card to me is broken if you could just take a Forbidden Droplet or a Red Eyes Fusion or any great cards you need just directly from the deck to the hand, just by banishing 6 of the extra deck of your own choosing. This card is just a winner for the Toon deck. So Pot of Prosperity at 3. I know this card is kind of a little pricey right now, but it just works wonders in this deck. Definitely at 3. And then I also run 3 Dark Ruler No More in the main deck. Your opponents don't see this one coming. Your opponent takes no battle damage for the rest of this turn. I mean, you just activate it, it shuts down all your opponent's effect monsters, and then you just go ahead and set up your board. Your opponent can't negate anything. If Toon Kingdom's on the field already, they cannot negate it, so you just get your board set up at least with this. Possibly banish something on the field with Toon BLS if you could get them. Dark Ruler No More is just too good though for this deck, so 3 is a must. Then I'm also running my #1 favorite card in the deck, 3 Lightning Storm. This deck not only can go second, but it could also go first. And to me, Lightning Storm is just definitely one of those cards like a Harpyie or a Regeki, and it's 2-in-1. Cards this good definitely need to be ran in the deck. Even if your deck, to me, if you know, if it's going first, I just feel safe having this card in my hand. And you know, most of the time, it is only live going second when you hit it, but there are times your opponent can break a Toon board, you know? And Lightning Storm is definitely the rebound card to at least even the score. So I run Lightning Storm at 3. Then, I'm drop this card down from 3 to 2. I run the 2 Triple Tactics Talent. I was running this at 3 in my previous build, but I decided to cut back on it because I was seeing multiples in my hands. And like I said, you guys, I play test this deck all the time. All the time. For this last month, I've been play testing this whole deck, so I had to cut back on Triple Tactics Talent. It's a very good card, but you just don't want to see it as often as you would like. And also, this card can be searched with Pot of Prosperity, so enough said. Triple Tactics Talent at 2. This card just wins games right here. And then I up this count from 1 to 2. I got the 2 Red Eyes Fusion. Like I said, with Triple Tactics, Pot of Prosperity could search this card and add this to your hand. And then not only that, your opponents are getting wise to ashing this card, and when you ash this, when you try to activate it, you cannot normal summon for the rest of the turn. You can't summon at all for the rest of the turn, so that really hurts. If you go to activate Red Eyes Fusion, you only have 1 copy and they ash you, then you know there's no way to get it back. So I decided to up this to 2 Red Eyes Fusion, and it's been working out beautifully. Alright, and then I'm going with, I exchanged the 2 Twin Twisters for the 2 Cosmic Cyclones because discarding in this deck is a problem. You really don't want to discard. You want to use as much card advantage as you absolutely can. Discarding is just not too good in this deck. Cosmic Cyclone though lets you pay 1,000, banish 1 spell or trap on the field. You need something to stop those floodgate cards. So Cosmic Cyclone at 2. I also won the 1 Dusters. I mean, it's just 2 free. Destroy your opponent's back row with no cost. So Dusters is definitely at 1. And I did have to run the old school SDD copy, even though it's not in the best condition. This was like the first copy that I owned, so I've always had it. Gotta run it. And for the last spell, I know it's real spell heavy, but for the last spell, we're going into the 1 for 1. Now this card just gets you directly to your Black Stone of Legend. You need to get that Toon Red Eyes out to the field as soon as you can. So 1 for 1 works out perfectly. Alright, and that's it for the spells. Now let's go on to the traps. Starting with my first trap, I gotta start with my Toon Trap, the 1 Toon Terror. Now this card can be searched, that's why I run it at 1. It's the counter trap for the Toon archetype. But the only restriction is you gotta control Toon World / Toon Kingdom and a Toon monster in order for this effect to resolve. But you know, most of the time when you have the extra search card, you know, you're gonna search this because you're already gonna have a Toon Kingdom and a Toon monster out on the field. So Toon Terror is definitely good at 1. I run the 3 Infinite Impermanence in the gold because this card is just straight gold. It's a better effect veiler, it's a hand trap, lets you drop it on your opponent, negate an effect. And then also, if it's in your hand on your turn, you can just set it. If it's already set on the field, it lets you negate the same column spell or trap zone on your opponent's side. So this card is just way too good. infinite impermanence at 3. And if not, if it ain't working out for you, you can always side this one out. And for the last of the traps, I run the 2 Quaking Mirror Force. This card is just way too good for the Toons. I've been bouncing back and forth with this one for a long time. I decided to run it in this build and it's been working out very good. If your opponent declares an attack, change all attack position monsters to face down defense. Nowadays in this meta, everyone tries to link everything off, or synchro everything off, or exes everything off. There's not too many tribute monsters in this new meta game that we're playing. It shuts your opponent's monster zones down because they're flipped face down. There's nothing your opponent could really do with them. The Toons could just directly attack right over those defense position monsters. So this card works perfectly in this deck. Quaking Mirror Force at 2. And that's it for the main deck. It's 54 cards total. I'm gonna give you guys the extra deck now. Let's go, baby. All right, for the extra deck, I run the 3 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon and the 3 Predaplant Verta Anaconda. Now I had to maximize on this package right here because with Pot of Prosperity, you could choose to banish 6 and you could just pick off 1, 1, and 1 of each of the multiples that I have in the extra deck, and it does not affect you at all. I just pretty much maximized everything that I could in this extra deck. So, gotta do Dragoon, gotta go Verta Anaconda. Dragoon needs to get on the field. He's just another win condition of this Toon deck. And he's also a very good card. I don't know what people are saying out there that it ain't meta or nothing, but it's surely destroying the meta. And then I'm going into the 2 Nightmare Phoenix. And to finish up the links, the 2 Link Karibos. The Nightmare Phoenix, just to get rid of a floodgate if you absolutely have to. Something like Imperial Order is not nice against this deck, and it's very spell heavy, so you got to be able to get it out off of the field. Nightmare Phoenix is just another way to do that. And Link Karibo is for the Blackstone of Legend. If your opponent ashes it or effect veilers it or imperms it, you can just link it off for Link Karibo, and at least you have something. So 2 and 2. And then I'm going into the XZs. I got the 2 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, just for burn damage. I got number 11 Big Eye to steal an opponent's monster if you absolutely have to. And then I run the 1 Divine Arsenal AA Zeus to round up the extra deck, just in case you get either the Red Eyes or the number 11 to the field and you attack, and you could go into Zeus if you absolutely have to. It's just always an option. So that rounds up my extra deck. Now I'm even going to give you guys the side deck. This is my side deck. I'm running the 3 Nibiru, the Primal Being, with the token. That doesn't count, by the way. But the 3 Nibirus. This card just breaks combo boards. Any deck that just special summons a boatload of monsters, you just need to get rid of them. You just got to strategically plan the Nibiru, you guys. The token is the total attack and defense of all the monsters that were tributed in order to special summon the token. Just make sure you strategically plan it. That's all I could say. So definitely at 3. Then I'm going into the 3 Droll Lockbird. This card's just very good against combo decks too. It replaces Ash pretty much. Instead of just hitting just 1, it stops your opponent's whole turn. They can only search 1 time. And a lot of these meta decks, they just keep searching and searching. So Droll Lockbird's definitely viable in today's meta game. Run them at 3. And then I run a little spicy tech. I run the 3 Dark Holes, because you just Dark Hole, you board wipe, and if your Toons are on the field, you just banish to save your Toons if Toon Kingdom's on the field. And just gets rid of your opponent's pesky monster. So Dark Hole at 3. And then I'm running the 3 Evenly Matched. Now this is just if your opponent creates a crazy board and you feel you got no way out of it, you just evenly match. You go past the battle phase, evenly match, let them banish all their cards, and then you can proceed to try to make your Toon board at least get your Toons out on the field so they can't negate, and just go off with your plays. So evenly match is a very good underrated card in this format as well, but definitely needs to be ran at 3 in the side. My last side deck choice, I chose this card specifically because you definitely need it out to Imperial Order or Anti-Spell Fragrance, because those 2 cards can really hurt this deck. Like I said previously, this Toon deck, my Toon build, is real spell heavy, so you needed a card to get rid of Imperial Order, and this is it right here. I run the 3 Heavy Storm Dusters. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking out there like, man, you already have a lot of spell trap removal in there, you know? But sometimes you don't get that spell trap removal right away. And this card, at least it facilitates everything a little bit better. You just set it to your field if you're going first, or even if you're going second, you know, they flip Imperial Order and they try to destroy this card on the field. You just chain it and get that Imperial Order off of the field. I'm running this at 3. This is actually like one of my newer projects and newer choices for a side. And to tell you guys the truth, it actually works out good in those cases. So 3, Heavy Storm Duster in the side. All right, you guys, so that wraps up the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed your boy Meta Bro Jake's version of the tunes. If you guys like what you guys see, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. It gets us on your screen. And while you're doing that, be sure to subscribe to the Super Meta Bros channel if you guys haven't already. We're always bringing that super meta content. And also, be sure to beat down that notification bell to stay up to date with everything super meta. Everything your boys are doing, man, we do it for the love of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is our passion. And the tunes are my #1 deck, baby. I'm never gonna stop playing the tunes. But I always will be working on them. Be sure to comment down below if you guys have any suggestions on the deck, or even let us know about your guys' builds, man. We love everything tunes, you guys. Anybody got a tune idea, we're definitely willing to hear it. Until next time, duelists, this is your boy, Meta Bro Jake, and I'm signing out, baby. Peace out.